I finally have it! I have the time turner! And now it's time, no pun intended, to do some damage control. Patrick, where were you and what did you do? Well, I made the future a lot better. I made sure Teen Titans Go didn't make a movie. I gave the Lego Batman movie an Oscar nomination, and I stopped for lunch at McDonald's, which for some reason they were asking me if I wanted a Szechuan sauce, and I said no. Well, I hope you're happy, because thanks to your time interference, you ended up creating a butterfly effect in the space-time continuum. Now Infinity Train didn't get greenlit, Michael Bay takes over DreamWorks Animation, and every electronic device has been taken over by some AI named Monica.
Marvin, who's that cute little boy you are talking to?
I'm going back to stop myself. It's time for lucky number 7. And the only thing I can say about Season 7 is that this is the last season before the Lego Ninjago movie and Season 8 arrived. Welcome to another episode of the Wonder Reviews. The time has come. This is Lego Ninjago, The Hands of Time. Well, seeing almost all the ninjas had a story arc from the previous seasons, it only makes sense to focus on 2 ninjas, Nia and Kai. Is it told well? Actually, yes. But first, let's talk about the story. 2 evil elemental masters named Crux and Acronix are plotting an evil scheme that centers around 4 time blades. What are time blades? Well, they are weapons that have the ability to manipulate time. And the ninjas are on a mission to grab these time blades before the villains do. But somewhere in between, Kai and Nia are uncovering the secrets behind the Hands of Time and believe it has something to do with their lost parents. The story arc about the siblings finding out the truth of their parents is where things get pretty interesting. In the past seasons, we heard many hints about what happened to their parents, but we didn't know much of it. Well, here, it is finally unveiled the true story about their parents, and their past connection is the heart of the season. There are also some interesting side plots that actually stand out on their own, like Lloyd becoming a new sensei, Nia trying to figure out who is the new Samurai X, and Wu overcoming his guilt during his time comatose. So yeah, this premise is pretty good. Are there any criticisms? Well, the only criticism I can find in the story is that it does have some predictable moments, like Acronix's disguise and a misunderstanding with the relationship between Kai and his parents. But those are just small nitpicks, so I don't know how they managed to make a ninja time-traveling adventure, but it actually works. Since this season is all about Kai and Nia, they are actually well developed as the season progresses. With Kai, he is trying to discover the secrets behind his lost parents and starting to doubt if everything he heard about them might be a lie or not. He heard great things about them a long time ago, but as he puts the puzzle together, he's starting to feel very iffy about it. The same goes for Nia. She's a much well-developed character than in Season 6, where she officially has to give up on being Samurai X and pass that torch to someone else. I also give her points to act as Kai's voice of reason, where they had to find the whole truth about their parents. Some of the other characters, like Lloyd and Wu, have some complexity into them, with Lloyd becoming the new sensei, and Wu dealing with his mistakes and learning that he doesn't have to face them alone. For Kai's parents, which I won't reveal much about them, there are actually 3-dimensional characters, and as the season continues, it explains why they let their kids. As for the rest, they're just here to fill in the full Ninjago cast. Cole does have a new development where he has to get used to his new hands since he's alive again, but that's about it. There is also the new Samurai X, who's an ally to the ninjas and hides his identity to keep his friends safe. However, as cool as it is to have a new Samurai X, his actual identity seems pretty obvious, and I figured this out way before Season 8 arrived, honestly. For the villains, Crux and Acronix, well, it is interesting that they used to be the elements of time, and one of them liked technology, but the other doesn't. But honestly, they're kind of the most forgettable villains in the series so far. They never fully explain why they betray the Elemental Masters other than their powers are invulnerable. And I also thought the generals of the Vermilion Warriors were not funny at all. The female general is cool, but the other two are not worth having around.
I will explain. We will.
There will be some characters that are a bit flat, but the rest of the characters are good enough for Season 7. As always with these Ninjago seasons, the animation is still pretty good. I'll get the negative stuff out of the way. The biggest flaw in Ninjago is mostly the backgrounds because all they have is a generic city and a swamp. But the character design, they are really nice, including some of the new characters. But the character design really shines when the snakes morph themselves into these abstract Vermilion warriors from soldiers to giants. There is also the use of visual effects, and they are really nice to look at, especially with the use of the time blades. With each time blade they use, they have a distinguished ability to manipulate time, and even on the action scenes. The latter, of course, is where things get a lot of fun. With some good visual designs and action scenes, the animation is still good like the other seasons. Lego Ninjago, The Hands of Time is a good addition to the Ninjago library with some good animation, a well-crafted story, and some likable and interesting characters. As always, if you're a Ninjago fan, go right ahead and take a look. But if you're into a time-traveling anime series, this is a fun cartoon to check out. And now, I have one last season to go before I can put all of this to rest. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm going for a ride in my DeLorean. Thank you for watching my video. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe me to share your thoughts. And stay tuned every week for a new review and other project. See you soon.